This is Governor Greg Abbott. I want to say thank you to the Galveston Regional Chamber of Commerce for your advocacy on behalf of your community for over 176 years. I also want to congratulate Senator Larry Taylor on winning the Galvestonian of the Year award. Senator Taylor is a dynamic leader who spearheaded school finance reforms to pay our teachers more and to provide a better education for Texas students. And I also want to thank the Chamber for your support of the business community throughout the challenges posed by the pandemic. Working together, we must continue to advance strategies that will build a more prosperous future for Texas families and businesses. And that is exactly why this legislative session, we will cut costly regulations, enhance workforce development, and provide civil liability protections for businesses as well as for workers who opened and operated safely during the pandemic. I look forward to working with Senator Taylor and the rest of the legislature to build a brighter future for the Galveston region as well as the entire state of Texas. May God bless you in your efforts, and may God forever bless the great state of Texas.
I'm Dan Patrick, proud to be your Lieutenant Governor. Larry Taylor, Mr. Chairman of Education, Senator Taylor, and proud citizen of Texas. I want to congratulate you on being Galveston County Citizen of the Year. You know, Larry, this award can be for volunteers or those who serve in public office. And Larry, you've been both in your lifetime. Going back to your days in the Texas House and now in the Texas Senate, you've been a leader for Galveston County and all of Texas. But for Galveston County, you've worked hard to be sure that insurance rates would be as low as possible so people could afford to run their businesses and live on the Gulf Coast. You were the leader in finally bringing about the beginning of the Ike Dike. And when it comes to hurricanes, you're experienced, and you roll up your sleeves and you go to work. I remember after Hurricane Harvey in 2017, you called me and said, Dan, would you come down and help us muck out some homes in Hitchcock? And I came down that day and worked side by side with you and your team as you'd been doing for days and weeks, trying to help folks recover. And then, Larry, there's something else that makes you unique to anyone who would be considered for this award. You're the only person that anyone knows in Galveston County who would actually surf behind a freighter going into the ship channel. That's why we call Larry our kind of surfer dude in the Senate. He's always calm, cool, relaxed, always has a smile on his face, but he's always working hard for the citizens of Galveston County and all of Texas. Larry Taylor, it's an honor to serve with you in the Texas Senate. Congratulations on being named Galveston County Citizen of the Year.
I'm just honored to have been named Galvestonian of the Year. You know, my family and our roots go way back. My family first arrived in Galveston in 1838. You know, when I was growing up, my extended family, that whole side of the family, that's my mom's side of the family, would all gather for a week or two. We'd rent a beach house every year. And, you know, just have so many fond memories of doing that. And my granddad, as I was a youngster, he would rent surfboards for me, take me out there, and he would push me into the waves. And that's really where I first learned and developed my love for surfing.
Unless he lived in Hawaii where there were consistent waves all the time, he wouldn't live anywhere else. He loves this community.
When he was a baby, he could swim. I've never seen anything like that, so we named him Tadpole. So we said our tadpole finally grew into a frog.
I think anybody in the City of Friends would tell you that who grew up with him. He's, again, just a model citizen. I know that's used a lot, but quite frankly, I mean, he's a perfect example of that.
You know, it's funny, people ask me, you know, how did you get into this? But my last elective office before I ran for state rep when I was like 38 the first time was junior high parliamentarian. I actually ran and won, but I remember saying I'll never do that again because I had to get up on the stage and make that speech to all my classmates, and like, you know, public speaking was definitely not my thing. And so after that, I'm not doing that. But I was always interested in history, and I enjoyed politics. I mean, I remember having debates when I was in elementary school. This would be like 72, Richard Nixon versus McGovern. And I remember debating this other kid who I still know. He was for McGovern, I was for Nixon, and we were debating all that back in the day. It's just amazing. But I was really interested in that at that point. And some people came to me and said, we want you to run for state representative. And they point out several issues that have been going on that they hadn't been able to get accomplished, and they convinced me that I needed to do that. But I got to tell you the real story. It was timing. My kids were studying Texas history. So we thought, well, let's take them to the Alamo. And we're walking there, and here's where the families hid out, during the siege, and there were actually several families. It wasn't just the one, the Dickinson family. And then you watch the movie, and they talk about Travis's letter, come to our aid, we're surrounded by several thousand enemy troops. And then you hear about the 30 some odd guys from Gonzales that answered that call. They actually got the letter and said, yeah, we're going to go help those guys. These guys snuck past several thousand enemy troops to join 150. And I'm just thinking, man, these guys are really dedicated to what they believe. And you think about it, that rocky ground, I'd spent the night with my family. If they had families at home, which I found out they did have families, they believed so strongly what they believed in, they were willing to not only put themselves at risk, but they were putting their families at risk. And I was just really taken aback by that. Well, when I look back on my life, everything was preparing for that. The Rotary Club, the Chamber, all those things were steps preparing me to speak. So when it finally came time to do it, I was much better prepared. And frankly, having not won the first time and going back in and winning the second time, I was a much better state rep than I would have been the second time, because I'd learned how to debate and discuss and all these things, and it's important to hear all sides of an issue and try to work things out. I also learned, don't just go off the deep end when you hear one side of a story, because people can spin some pretty good stories sometimes. You need to hear the other side, because someone called me up and say, city's doing that, I go, why are we doing? Oh, okay, well that makes sense. So you learn a lot of very valuable lessons. So anyway, I was much better prepared when I went back. I got elected in 2002 for the 2003 session.
We had fought a 5-year battle with storm, and after the exhaustion of the industry, 450 fishermen coming 3 sessions up to the Capitol, a Supreme Court battle, a state of Texas battle. Senator Taylor just couldn't see an industry go through this again. He wanted to ensure that this could never ever happen again. So he came up with an idea that SB 1438 would take and protect the Parks and Wildlife and the General Land Office, the state's water bottom, for the people of the state of Texas.
And what Senator Larry Taylor did was really protect every Texan's right to go out and oyster fish and maintain that right. So we're very grateful for him and this bill that he introduced. He protected every Texan's right to be an oysterman.
So Larry, you were chairman of the Senate Education Committee, which probably took a little time. You were co-chair of the Joint House and Senate Committee on a Coastal Barrier. You're a member of the Senate Committees on Finance, Higher Education, the Water and Rural Affairs Committee, and the Legislative Budget Board. Not bad. In the 86th session, the last session, you served as a member of the important Budget Conference Committee, and it says here, responsible for ensuring that legislators passed a balance. You were responsible for making sure they passed a balanced budget. Carrie told me you can't balance your checkbook, so congratulations on that.
He has done life-changing work to the entire school finance system. He has really impacted students in the classroom, teachers in the classroom, and that's why he does what he does. He doesn't do it for other motives. He does it because he cares about students, he cares about kids, he deeply cares about teachers, he cares about educators, and he is passionate about this work.
Larry, one of the things that really strikes me about you is really your commitment, your passion for service, and your love for Galveston that comes out in so many ways.
He's also done a lot to support our small businesses, and in particular the food service industry is very, very grateful for all of his support, especially during these challenging times during the pandemic. He has always been a phone call away to arrive to meetings and to contribute and to make it known that he is here to help support us.
So many things that I could say to you. One of the biggest is just your support that you give to our region, to the regional Galveston Chamber of Commerce, our education system, our businesses. The list goes on, but do know that we all know what you do for us, and it's greatly appreciated.
You have really made an impact. You have been the champion for the Ike Dike and for storm surge protection. You have been the champion for outcomes-based assessment and outcomes-based approach for K-12 education. And with your appointment a few sessions ago as chairman of the K-12 Public Education Committee in the Senate, you have transformed how we do education in Texas, and generations to come will benefit from the work that you've done.
He is truly an amazing man. I admire and respect him. His motto is, let's get it done. Let's get the job done the first time around. And if it doesn't get done the first time around, he is 100% committed to staying with you to the end and getting that job done. And I admire that very much because he has a way of making you feel that your issue is his issue.
You know, to us, you are a hard worker and more than deserving. I just want to give you congratulations for this award.
Hey Dad, congratulations on this award. I've seen you work so hard being up in Austin all those years, and all that hard work has been paying off. So thankful to have you as a dad. You taught me so many things, from how God loved me more than you guys ever could, and how to work hard and never give up no matter the obstacles. I'm so thankful for you guys, and just so happy for you, Dad. So thankful for you.
Congratulations, Poppy.
Micah, what do you want to say to Poppy?
Did you say Poppy?
Yeah. And Lila, what do you want to say to Poppy?
A bird just came to our bird feeder.
Yeah, it's so cool. Do you want to share what you're thankful for about Poppy?
I'm really thankful because he's really nice to people, and he helps them with their jobs.
Okay, everybody say bye-bye, Poppy.
Bye-bye.
Can you say bye-bye to Poppy?
Bye.
Congratulations, Poppy!
We are so proud of you and wishing we could be there to celebrate in person, but just so proud of you from here in Nashville. Just want to say I so appreciate getting to be raised by you and learning just the value of hard work and serving your community. And it's just so fun to see you honored for exactly those values that you raised me with growing up.
Yeah, and I admire how you really exemplify living life to the fullest and just really striking that awesome balance between working hard and serving the community and the people around you, but also never ceasing to find an adventure to get yourself into. It's a lot of fun and a joy to live life alongside you. So we're proud of you, and congratulations.
Enjoy your day.
Congratulations!
Just wanted to send this video from Vancouver to say that we love you, Dad, and wish we could be there with you to celebrate.
Congratulations, LT! Congratulations, Senator Taylor, on being named Citizen of the Year by the Galveston Regional Chamber of Commerce. This comes as no surprise to your staff here in Austin. We are incredibly proud of your accomplishments. Since day one, you've done so much to improve the lives of your constituents with grace, respect, and most importantly, love. We know this because we have had the distinct privilege of witnessing firsthand your hard work and commitment to Senate District 11. With me here today are just a few of the staff, past and present, that are blessed because of you. We want you to know that our lives are better for having worked for you. Today, we thank you for your service to our state, and we join the Galveston Chamber in celebrating all you've done to improve the lives of those around you. We love you, boss!
You love your community more than anybody I know, and I'm just really glad that all of this plowing and sowing and working is now something you get to reap, something joyful from. So Congratulations. I love you.
Oh, Larry, honey, I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you, and thank you so much for just being the man that you have become. I love you, and thank you so much for all you do for me.
The best piece of advice I give for anything, like when you talk about all these different roles, is balance. You've got to try to find some balance. And for me, I'm not a workaholic, but if you give me a job to do, I'm going to go do it. But I've also got to have some downtime. For young people, the best advice I can give you is serve others. It's hard to be depressed or worried about what's going on in your world when you're out taking care of other people who have much greater needs. That's how you remain happy and really feel like a whole person, is by serving others. And I just am a big believer in that.
There it is.